Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching and recording, you're welcome to fast forward or stay with us through our hellos. Of course, I'm going to check the sound first. The sound seems okay. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Cindy. All right, it is time for us to start. We all heard the phrase forgive and forget, as if processing pain inflicted upon us by others is a quick and easy job. The phrase is an imperative and renders the idea of forgiveness compulsory, as if in order to heal, we must enter a state of denial and effectively avoid the pain that we have been experiencing. But of course, forgiveness is a process, an admittedly difficult one that often can feel like a rigorous spiritual practice. We cannot instantaneously force ourselves to forgive. And forgiveness happens at a different pace for everybody. It is dependent on the particulars of any given situation, too. What we can do is create space for ourselves to forgive. And perhaps ironically, part of that involves allowing ourselves to wrestle with our feelings of anger and pain to begin with. Once we're honest about our feelings, we can invite ourselves to consider alternative modes of viewing our pain and can see that releasing our grip on anger and resentment can actually be an act of self-compassion, an act of forgiveness. Telling the story, acknowledging what has happened and how you feel, is often a necessary part of forgiveness. Without that, we live in an artificial reality that is frozen in time and sometimes woven from fabrications. At times, reality is love's great challenge. When our old stories and dreams are shattered, our first instinct may be to resist, deny, or cling to the way things were. But if we loosen our grip, often what fills the space is a tender forgiveness and the potential for a new, a different kind of love. Helen Whitney, director of the documentary Forgiveness, has said, "We talk about forgiveness as if it were one thing. Instead, we should talk about forgivenesses, plural. There are as many ways to forgive as the people needing to be forgiven. In other words, there are an incalculable, even an infinite, number of situations in which we can practice forgiveness. Expecting it to be a singular action, motivated by the sheer imperative to move on and forget, can be more damaging than the original feelings of anger. Interesting. Accepting forgiveness as pluralistic and as an ongoing, individualized process opens us up to realize the role that our own needs play in conflict resolution. We cannot simply forgive and forget, nor should we. Recognizing that there are many possible forms of forgiveness enables us to explore the possibility for forgiveness and what we need to forgive. When we respond to our pain and suffering with love, understanding, and acceptance for ourselves as well as others, then over time we can let go of our anger, even when we've been hurt to the core. But that doesn't necessarily mean we have to ever forget. Forgiveness practice is not terribly different from the loving kindness or sympathetic joy practices. as all of them invite us to be with our emotional states without judging them, and to use the meditation as the anchor of our attention. These practices require courage, as we are not denying our suffering or the harmful actions we've taken or somebody has taken towards us. Forgiveness is not passive. It is an active gesture of releasing feelings like anger, guilt, and resentment, all of which deplete us if we become lost in them. Forgiveness demands presence, reminding us that we are not the same as the feelings we possess in any given situation, nor is the person who we've harmed or who has harmed us. Traditionally, the forgiveness meditation is done in 3 parts. First, you ask forgiveness from those you have harmed. Next, you extend forgiveness to those who have harmed you. And the final part is that of self-forgiveness for all of those times we harm ourselves with judgmental habits of our mind. So today, let's do a formal forgiveness practice together. Take a comfortable position, and as always, take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Notice your breath, allow it to be natural, and allow it to be spacious enough so that all the experiences of the present moment can flow through you as energy they are, without struggle. And now bring to mind a person or a group of people that you have harmed, and begin to recite phrases of forgiveness silently or out loud. You can try something like this. If I have hurt or harmed you knowingly or unknowingly, I ask your forgiveness. Or if you want to do it in a more general way, you can say, if I have hurt or harmed anyone knowingly or unknowingly, I ask their forgiveness. Or you can create your own phrase, of course. Keep reciting this phrase and notice what comes up for you. You may find that offering forgiveness to one person may catalyze memories of another tough situation or person. Don't push these thoughts or feelings away. Maintain your focus on the practice itself, and don't get lost in guilt or self-blame about your memories. As thoughts arise, send your forgiveness in all the new directions that come up. If I hurt or harmed anyone knowingly or unknowingly, I ask their forgiveness. I'll give you a little bit of time to go through your process. And now you can begin to offer forgiveness to those who have harmed you, Again, it can be somebody specific, or it can be more generalized. If anyone has hurt or harmed me, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive them. Or you can even say, I intend to forgive them. If anyone has hurt or harmed me, knowingly or unknowingly, I intend to forgive them. Create a phrase that resonates better for you. Once again, thinking about past painful experiences may trigger emotions. As these feelings, images, and memories bubble to the surface, you can simply repeat saying, I forgive you. I forgive you. Again, I'll give you a little bit of time to do it on your own. And finally, turn your attention to forgiving yourself. Most of us have experienced self-blame at work, in relationships, or simply because we have habitually kept ourselves in cycles of perfectionism. Here you can also include any inability to forgive others that you may have discovered in the first two parts of this reflection. Just because you are unable to forgive somebody right now, it's not a reason to be unkind to yourself. Remind yourself that even if you're not able to forgive them, your sheer intention matters. The phrase here can be something like that. For all the ways I have hurt or harmed myself, knowingly or unknowingly, I offer forgiveness. For all the ways I have hurt or harmed myself, knowingly or unknowingly, I offer forgiveness. Or you can create a simpler phrase. Or you can simply say, I forgive myself. Notice what happens when you offer forgiveness to yourself. No judgment, just being present. And now place your hands on your heart and thank yourself for this powerful work you've just done. Repeat after me silently or out loud. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And as you gently let go of your practice, as always, scan your body and notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to include this forgiveness practice as part of your daily routine and allow the force of your intention to work in its own way. Just trust the process. Everything will happen in due time. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.